This is DJ the Prodigy Pen, and you're listening to the Ringside Report.
Hey, this is Cain Velasquez, and you're listening to Ringside Report Radio.
This is Chuck Liddell, and you're listening to the Ringside Report.
Hi, he's Wanderlei the ex-murder Silver, and you're listening Ringside Report Radio.
This is Tito Ortiz, the People's Champ, and you're listening to Ringside Report Radio.
This is Uriah Faber, the California Kid, and you're listening to the Ringside Report.
This is Randy, the Natural Couture, and you're listening to the Ringside Report.
Hi, this is Vito Belfer, and you're listening to Ringside Report Radio.
This is Chael Sonnen, and you are listening to Ringside Report Radio.
This is Georges St-Pierre, and welcome to Ringside Report Radio.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey.
It's the one and only Digo Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
You know the West Coast.
All right, welcome to the program. It is Ringside Report Radio. I'm Dave Simon. Fred Garcia is here with me. Anthony DeLessio here as well. We're live on TSN 690 as we are every Friday night here talking mixed martial arts. UFC Singapore went down this past weekend. You guys wake up for that? Anthony, did you wake up early for that? Where's your microphone's not on here, AJ? Let's go.
Technical difficulties. Here we go again.
Already starting off well. You woke up for that?
I did.
At 4:30 in the morning, you were up for that show.
I was like, we left here at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Me and Marco went to have a couple of hot dogs and we stayed up.
You did.
We did.
So you stayed up all night.
I tweeted you, don't you remember?
Until the Donald Cerrone fight.
Till the Donald Cerrone fight.
And you watched it. You stayed awake.
Watched it. Yeah, man.
And then what? You slept all day on Saturday?
Not really.
So you stayed awake all day?
Well, pretty much.
Did you go to the gym? You go roll? You did some jiu-jitsu on Saturday after that?
There's a little issue this week. I'm not allowed to do any boxing, wrestling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Reason why? First of all, my mom told me I can't. Why?
Anthony, you're
James,
okay,
like that. Eh?
We gotta
why? You know why?
What?
Because it's my brother's wedding tomorrow. My brother's getting married, so I was told I can't get any black eyes, broken bones in the hospital. That's right. My brother Julio is marrying... Julian is marrying Sophia tomorrow.
Do you say Julio or Julian?
Well, his real name is Julian, but we call him Julio or Julio. Whatever you want. Julio, man.
All right, Julio.
So that's it. Mazel tov to my brother.
Mazel tov to your brother.
That's right.
And we have our man here in studio. I don't want to wait at all to bring in our guy, James Mancini. Is it Mancini or Mancini? I mean, Anthony says Mancini.
It's Boom Boom, man.
It's Boom Boom. I know it's Boom Boom.
But... In Canada, it's Mancini.
All right.
In the motherland, we go Mancini.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say Mancini because that seems more correct.
My man.
All right. Mancini, you're in here, man. You're fighting in a couple months for the TKO Flyweight title, and you actually took some time out to hang out with us in studio.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me in studio. Anthony, thanks for trying to get me off my diet here with the cannolis and the
Anthony
sandwiches.
came in big time. He has sandwiches. He has cannolis. He's got some red wine.
Okay, you said it. Okay, we're cool. All right.
That's okay. A little red wine never hurt nobody.
You often talk about Ted Teven, and I think he used to have something in
No,
there.
he used to drink orange juice.
Orange juice?
Yeah. Tropicana. Only Tropicana.
I remember him saying otherwise, but...
But anyways, so all this stuff came. This is for James to show that we're not like a second-rated show here.
Yeah,
we're real. We provide like our guests with food.
Not bad, right?
Compliments of NDG Bakery in
This is
NDG.
official as it gets, man.
It does, James. Seriously.
It's TSN 690 Radio.
Here we
we
go.
have food. We have wine. We have all sorts of stuff. And we're trying to get him off his diet because he's got to make 125 pounds on what, August 1st?
August 1st, that's right, yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That's why, James, I said to you, instead of the GSP diet, we go with the PIG diet over here.
Oh, man.
I've heard that hanging around Georges St-Pierre, I heard Faraz Zahabi say it on the Joe Rogan show. He said that guys that hang around GSP, they get fat because George, he has like a crazy metabolism, and if you try to eat like him, you get super fat because it just doesn't work.
Oh, man, the guy is shredded like 24/7 all year long. So, yeah, you hang out with him and you start eating his food, you start realizing that, Man, there's something going on with the metabolism that the rest of us don't have, you know? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and we're talking about eating with Georges St-Pierre. Anthony's just showing this picture in my face. Anthony, show James what you have printed out in full color.
He did. He saw it.
Did you see this?
He took a picture of this already. I've got a couple of shots. I got James here eating breakfast with George.
Yes, Georges St-Pierre. So James, GSP tweeted like 3 days ago he was having a meal, and you were sitting down at a meal at L'Avenue.
Yeah, L'Avenue, a Montreal staple, a great breakfast place in the city there, yeah, for sure.
And you were eating with GSP. You train like regularly with
Yeah,
George,
we
or?
train quite regularly. We're on a very similar schedule with all our trainings, and we have the same coaches, so yeah, we tend to be together quite a bit. Yeah.
Now, you say similar schedule, you're training for a fight. What is?
He's still training, man. That's the thing. People think he was away for 4 years. He's still training, man. He's always in shape. He still does at least one session a day, if not two. So he's in great shape, man. He never stops. A true martial artist.
Fred just asked you a really good question. I think you missed it. It was a really
When
good...
is George fighting? So
honestly, I think he'll fight pretty sooner than everybody thinks. I think he'll be in there pretty soon.
So you're saying Dana White's a liar?
Yeah, Dana White. He's been saying George's not going to fight 4 years.
Bad about Dana.
Yeah.
We want you to get there. Actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say the bad things.
Yeah. Let Fred do all the damage. But, it would be cool to see George back in there. But you got a big fight here, and you're taking on a guy I don't know too much about, Malcolm Gordon. Anthony, what do you know about this guy? Tell me about him. Come on, man. You're the stats guy here. I depend on you.
Okay, so
Malcolm Gordon,
pretty much what I did is I tweeted him tonight. Hopefully,
What?
I did. I did.
You're supposed to be scouting him, not tweeting him.
No, bro.
Sending him love notes.
No, you know why, James? I wanted him. Maybe he'll call in because we gave the number out. Dave, what's the number again?
That would be good. 514-790-1690.
Oh, you guys want that reality TV stuff. All right.
1-866, if he's calling from out of town. Is he a local guy?
No, from London, Ontario.
Okay, he's one of those Team Tompkins guys?
Yep, exactly. Adrenaline Performance, yeah.
So he could call in from London toll free at 1-866-896-2546. We could put him on the air, and you guys could have a discussion. You guys are professional fighters. Like, I don't think it's going to be any kind of weird thing, right? Have you met this guy before? Do you know him at all?
He trained at TriStar years ago. Yeah,
so
for
I'm
sure.
It's not a...
No, there's no hard feelings. No. It's,
so if you talk to him on the phone, it'd be cool, right? Or would it be weird?
No, it wouldn't be weird at all, man. I'm ready. Let's go. Bring him in. Somebody call him. We'll get him on the phone.
Marco,
well,
call
James, I didn't want to tell you, but in the other room...
Oh, here we go.
Surprise.
No, I'm kidding. He's not here.
Bringing in the coffee for us, Malcolm Gordon.
But, he's the champion, right?
He's a champ, yeah. So it was vacant at the last event, the one I fought at, and he beat another Ontario native. So he's a good fighter. I mean, I've trained with him before, and he's a real good jiu-jitsu guy, but he's got a lot of knockouts, so he's a fast, explosive guy. It's kind of interesting because the first guy I'm going to fight that I've actually trained with, and I think in MMA it's always like the fear of the unknown. You don't know what the guy's been working on, if he's got a crazy right hand or some choke or something. But this fight camp for me, it's like the fear of the known. We know how good he is. We know that he's top 1, 2 in Canada, debatable. He's looking to go to the UFC. He's already starting to make a push for that. So there's no secret. We know how good he is. So we're ready. We're ready for him at all costs. Yeah, for sure.
He's training with Hominick as well, I believe. So he comes from a pretty good camp.
That's that whole team, right? Hominick, Sam Stout, all those guys.
Yeah,
right?
they have some pretty good athletes out there.
Chad Laprise, all those guys. Yeah, UFC guys, and high quality guys. Yeah.
Where's Chad Laprise? Is he over there or still at TriStar? What's his deal? He's like.
I think he does some of his camp at TriStar, but most of it over there. I think he's back there with his wife and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you're full time at TriStar?
Me, yeah. I'm in Montreal. I don't leave the city, man. I'm full time here. I did enough traveling in my 20s with the national wrestling team, so I was always in Europe and stuff. And I like that everything's local here, and I like that I signed with TKO, so fight locally. It's a huge plus.
And when you're talking about the national wrestling team. Which nation are we talking about? Are we talking about Canada? I know you.
Yeah, people.
Right? What's going on?
Well, yeah.
Do you represent Italy as well?
I did represent Italy for 1 year. I tried to make the Olympic team for the 2016 games in Rio. When I didn't qualify for Canada, I tried 3 times. Never made it. Never happened. Never went to the Olympics. So I had an Italian passport lying around from my father's side. My father's Italian.
Nice.
And, I said, I knew one of the coaches there, and he said, come out for the nationals. I wrestled them. I won. So we tried to qualify the country for my weight class for Italy, and I got real close, but and I missed it again. That's when my wrestling career was officially back to MMA, back to fighting.
So you were still like, you were kind of in both. You were doing like, when did you first start MMA?
So when I didn't qualify in 2012, in wrestling, I went to MMA. That's when, honestly, I just kind of like I'd never had dreams of fighting. Anybody who knows me, I'm a jovial guy. I'm not a fighter. I'm more of a wrestler. Like me and George always say, there's athletes and then there's fighters. You know, I think we're athletes first, respectively. I think that I'm someone that really takes pride in being a martial artist and learning the sport. And I'm not a violent guy, but 2013, 12, 13, I was training with some of the smaller guys. They were coming to wrestling. Ivan Menjivar, Yves Jabouin. Those are the guys that really, I was wrestling with them, and they said, yeah, you should take a fight. So I ended up doing some sparring and took a first pro fight, and I won like knockout of the year with like a suplex knockout. So, and that's how it got started, yeah.
And then once that happens, right, you have your first fight. You suplex a guy to sleep. I mean, how can you not say, "Man, I think I got a future in this. I think I should keep doing this." Right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good experience, and I was happy to be. It's a good way to be introduced to the sport. You know, there's such good guys in the city. We have such high level guys with, the Zahabis, obviously Faraz and Ayman, and then I was training with Louis Sanoudakis and Ivan Menjivar, Yves Jabouin. There's so many little guys that were high level, and it was an easy transition. Get in there, everybody. Respected me, took me in with open arms, and it was a nice transition, smooth transition, as smooth as it could be when you're fighting in a cage. Yeah,
well, I think that's the best way to do it. I think wrestling is the best kind of gateway martial art to MMA. It seems to be the most important thing that transition. Jiu-jitsu's important, boxing's good, Muay Thai is good, but if you have that wrestling base, I mean, you just look at the sport, right? It seems like more of those guys transition and have success.
Yeah, it's interesting now because there's so many young up and comers, and today I was training with a guy, a really high level kickboxer came in from England, and you're seeing all these young guys, and they're so well balanced, they're so well versed. I think the sport is adapting a little bit to all the arts, but yeah, I agree with you. I think wrestling is still the most important. I think maybe I'm biased. But.
James Boom Boom Mancini is in the house here. Ringside Report Radio. Anthony and Fred have gone quiet. They're in awe of you, James. They don't know what to say. They're in awe. Anthony's looking at you like you're a piece of meat over there.
That's it.
He's like, oh my god.
I've rolled with Anthony before at BTT. He's a killer. Don't let him fool you with the cannolis and the prosciutto sandwiches, man. This guy does it big.
Tell us a little bit about that, because Fred and I, we keep saying, hey, Anthony, come, teach us some stuff. Come roll with us. We know that he is, brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's got stuff to show Fred and I. We both love jiu-jitsu.
Well, he has his big wedding, so he's off for a couple months for the wedding.
No, just tomorrow's the wedding, actually. So I can't do anything till Monday. So Monday I'm back to the gym.
See, it's not fair because I give you private radio lessons, radio lessons every leak, okay?
Private lady, I'd like to see that. All right.
I'll give you private lady lessons every week, Anthony, okay? I give those to you, and you never give me private jiu-jitsu lessons. I teach you how to be a lady when we're off the air, and you don't know anything about it.
But hold on a sec, Dave. You got James here, who's like one of the top wrestlers like in Canada. Actually, in TKO, to be honest, James probably is the best wrestler out of all weight classes in wrestling. He has the most skills.
TKO Flyweight Champ over here.
He is. This is the future right here. So it's either going to be like UFC or Bellator. I know that they're listening. I know Dana's listening for sure.
Dana?
You got to get his name right first.
Hey, listen, man. That's the way I call it all the time here. Dana? Or what's the other guy's name? Coker or Coke?
You mean Dana White and Scott Coker?
Exactly. So Bellator or UFC, James is going to be there.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
James?
But it doesn't help when you call him Dana.
Well, that's his name, Dana?
And Fred was saying bad things about him before.
What?
So there's been stories.
Well, what's his name then? Dana?
Dana.
No, man, it's Dana.
No.
You say it like a Canadian. I say it like more with like
sophistication
it the way... from England. If Wally's listening, he'll know. It's Dana. It's Dana.
Wally is in Ireland, first of all.
Anthony again in his own world.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Dana. Nobody says Dana.
If Wally's listening in Ireland, by the way, and if he does call in, let him say, is it Dana or Dana?
Dana.
Is it tomato or tomato?
It's
what is
Dana.
I don't even know who Wally is. So
Wally knows about you, James. I'm telling you.
Wally knows all about you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wally is a big fan of Ringside Report Radio and Wrestling
My
Uncensored.
man Wally. What's up, Wally?
Yeah, say what's up to Wally.
The wall.
I know Wally is listening. I know Antoinette is listening. I know the whole Ringside Report universe is listening right now. Very excited to hear James Mancini, who you can follow on Twitter at James Mancini. You can follow me at Dave Simon MMA. And I'm on Instagram now, too, so how about that? And Fred at Freddie MMA, and Anthony, if you want to, at Danny Brook.
What do you mean if you want to?
Well, you know.
Listen.
You're posting some ridiculous stuff, and I have some questions for you. No. I mean, we have some big questions for Anthony. You posted a picture of yourself in a Playboy robe this week, and we need to know.
James didn't see it.
James, you didn't see this? James, you need to look at Anthony's Twitter and see what he's up to. It's some real weird stuff.
Here we go.
Like, there's some weird stuff going on with this guy. You know, he's a character.
We love him, though.
Wondering if he has the robe before he rolls. You know? He just gets to the dojo, takes off the robe.
It's like a white robe, and Anthony's posing there next to a photoshopped image of Hugh Hefner.
That's not photoshopped. It could be real.
It's not real.
There you go, James.
He's showing him right now. There you go. Yeah, show this off to him.
James, there you go.
What a sec. Oh my God! With you himself. Look at it.
So what, Anthony? You need to just answer this one question, okay? And I know you never answer a question, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Is the photo of you in the bathrobe real or photoshopped? Is that your body or is it just your head?
James, what do you think? Real or not?
It's real. That's as real as they come.
That's real, right? That's you.
Look at that. In a gold robe? Come on.
Anthony, is that really your robe? Answer the question.
It's real.
It's real.
How deep is that V there? Let's see. How much skin are you showing?
I'm showing a bit. I'm even wearing like pantoufles. Take a look at that.
Oh my!
Do you say pantoufles?
He for sure has a canottieri underneath. Oh, look at him.
It's not even a deep V because it's the V, but then it's a robe, right? So there's also the A.
You can't show the women too much.
It's a pretty deep A. He's showing off a lot.
Hey, listen, nobody's talking about the glass of wine that I have there. You know?
Nobody's asking who took the picture, too. Please tell me it wasn't your mom.
Man, that's creepy, Dave. Seriously?
Well, I'm wondering, man. She's the only lady that you allow us to mention on the air. This guy's up to...
James, by the way, how's wrestling?
Anthony, didn't you race a Ferrari on the way here?
No, Porsche 911. And Muscle Marcos can attest that today is... I was saying it to James. I'm not joking. I'm like really happy that a Mazda 3 beat a Porsche 911. Am I right, Marco?
Oh, my God.
Scream it out, Marco. Is it true?
You're right.
Exactly.
Goggles of Paisanos won.
Goggles Paisano,
Well, what do you mean beat? You were down at Naperville at the track?
It was René Levesque. What was it? It was Sherbrooke and what?
Okay, I hope no one's listening to this.
So who was sanctioning
We're just on live radio, James. Don't worry. No one's listening to this.
And this guy's saying he drag raced a Porsche in the middle of René Levesque.
So you drag raced a Porsche on René Levesque?
No.
A couple weeks ago, you got pulled over because you were watching YouTube and commenting while you were on your bicycle.
Yeah.
He's watching my YouTube show, the Wrestling Uncensored pre-show, every Friday afternoon on youtube.com/ringsidereport.net.
Great show.
It was a great show today.
Yep.
We did over an hour. It was crazy. It was very long. I'm a little tired from it, to be honest. But you were watching the show live, and you were commenting, and then you're like, oh, gotta go, guys. I just got pulled over. I'm on my bike. Apparently, you can't watch YouTube on your bike. So he's watching and commenting
like a BMX or a motorcycle? Like a Harley Davidson?
No, like a bicycle.
Mountain bike.
Like a Bixie?
Yeah. Like a Bixie.
You got a ticket on a Bixie?
No, I didn't actually, but
he avoided it.
James, you didn't listen to the show a couple weeks ago.
You must be the first guy to get a ticket on a Bixie.
No, I didn't get the ticket. You know why?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyways.
Because why?
First of all, I'm going to give a shout out to...
Again, he's not going to answer.
No, he's never going to answer.
No, let me give a shout out.
We still don't know if it's really him in the bathrobe or if it's Photoshop.
No,
he still
real.
hasn't answered that.
That's real.
Is it though?
It's real.
So who took the picture?
That's a different story. But I'm going to tell you this. Since you brought up the police officer, I'm going to give a shout out to Officer Blue again. That's the code name. Blue. Thank you very much.
Why do you do the hand gesture when you say Blue? You do like an X with your fists.
Yeah, he's like,
what is that?
It's my boy, man.
Officer Blue. You're hugging him.
Officer Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, James. Yeah, that happened. You can get a ticket. You can
ticket on a Bixie. I've never heard that before.
Me neither. I never heard of anybody watching YouTube while on a bike, though. You know,
you've never seen like the helmet that I wear with that, and I think was it
multitasker.
Oh, he's got quite a helmet as well when he's on his bicycle. It's a helmet with a full visor.
But we're talking about not a motorcycle, not a bicycle.
No.
Yeah, bicycle.
But it looks like it could be a motorcycle helmet because it's a bike helmet with a visor in front. You ever seen anybody on a cycling path wearing one of those?
Yeah.
It's AJ.
Yeah, I'll take a picture
here.
one day.
This is our boy.
Hey, Marco. Spaceballs.
AJ, by the way, we just called him Anthony, but he said, guys, call me AJ. This is a self-appointed nickname. He wants to be called AJ.
Well, because actually my name is Anthony Jr., so like AJ sounds better on radio.
He thinks.
That's going to be your radio name, AJ.
That's it.
It's AJ.
James, you don't listen to the show,
It's his
man.
gimmick.
AJ Bathrobe.
But we just like
AJ Bathrobe.
just
That's a
accepted
good
it.
name for you. AJ Bathrobe. I think we're going to stick with that.
You remember we were fighting it? We didn't
Yeah.
want to call him AJ, and
I
all
know.
of a sudden it just stuck.
Fred, where have you been? I feel like I haven't heard you in like 20
I'm
minutes.
just saying, we weren't supposed to keep the AJ. AJ was supposed to be like a joke when he's not here and
I know.
things like that. But
Yeah, I don't know. I just gave in because that's what happens. AJ, he just tires you up. You hear Muscles Marco in the background just talking? What are you saying back there? He doesn't have a mic. He doesn't have anything.
He's
just
manning
like,
the phones,
He's just
man.
like talking smack back there. What's up? What are you saying?
I just said, the fans wanted it, so you gave it to them.
Yeah. The fans wanted it, so we gave it to him.
James,
AJ.
no joke. We actually, like, the fans called that I'm AJ.
Yeah,
I swear.
yeah.
James, this show, man, is like serious.
Make sure the gym knows, everybody knows you're AJ from now on.
Yeah. It's hard for the Brazilians to say that. It's like Tony.
Hey, Jay.
You guys see Rashad Evans, Johnny Hendricks, and Josh Koscheck all retired this week.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Good comment, AJ. Thanks.
Well,
Fred?
it is.
well, I mentioned on Twitter Josh Koscheck. I'm a big fan of Josh Koscheck. I think that fight against GSP, the second one in Montreal, was probably one of my favorite fights that I ever attended. The ambiance, the noise that was there during the entrances was incredible. So I'm going to send a big shout out to Josh Koscheck. For a fight to be interesting, you need to have...
Such a heel, that guy.
Well, I mean, you need to have a good heel. Exactly.
Oh.
If you want to sell a fight,
Yeah.
you need that. You can't have a fight against a guy that you don't really care for. You
But
know?
he was so rude to George on The Ultimate Fighter.
I was there. I was there. I coached.
You
Yeah,
were there.
I was there, yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. What was that like being around Josh Koscheck when he was
He made fun of me. He started picking on me.
He did?
Yeah, because one of the sessions, I think I was wearing a wrestling singlet under my shirt.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, George, I guess you guys are all going to wear wrestling singlets like that little, you know what?"
Are you serious?
Yeah. He made fun of me. The guy he was going the whole time. Yeah.
Look, he was kind of you know what, okay? But at the same time, if you're looking at all the fights, whether it's the Condit, I'll throw Nick Diaz. I think I preferred the Josh Koscheck rivalry with GSP. The Josh Koscheck rivalry as a fan was incredible.
I love that you're just bigging up Josh Koscheck. We just heard that our man here got like dissed by Koscheck in the Ultimate Fighter.
No, he's a good athlete.
Oh, Koscheck, he's pretty good.
I'm sure he was selling tickets, that's for sure.
Exactly. Don't you understand
But
that part?
I didn't see that on the show. I didn't see him say that to you on the show. How is that selling tickets? That's just him being a rude guy.
That's true.
There's no need for that. There's no need for all of that.
I mean, look, Matt Serra did a bunch of stuff.
Not as bad as Koscheck.
Did.
Koscheck was really a jerk to George, and George just sat there and took it. How did he do that? Did he stay cool the whole time? Did he ever say anything back to Koscheck at any point?
No, he would never. No.
How does he do that?
I don't know. With George, what you see is what you get. He's just a super nice guy, and he doesn't get into that mind games and everything. I think he understands that it's some people's strategy or some people's way of promoting themselves. But George was a lucky enough guy, and he was well loved enough that he got fame and notoriety with being a respectful athlete. And I think now the guy's trying to do that now. I feel bad because it's almost coming across as cheesy.
Yeah.
If someone tries to be too bad, they look too much like Conor, and if someone tries to be too good, they look like GSP. So I think everybody's kind of stuck in that kind of middle area where they don't know if they're heel or if they're a good guy. And I think it's kind of sad, because nobody did it like GSP. Nobody wore suits to the press conference like GSP, and nobody talked trash like Conor. And now you kind of have everybody who's trying to do both. I don't know what guys are doing, but
I think it's real though with George. With George,
100%.
He just is
100%.
that guy. With
He's
Conor,
a nice guy.
Conor, he is that guy. He's kind of a loud jerk. And I think John Jones kind of fell in that trap of trying to be that respectful guy like George for a long time. But that's not John Jones.
Yeah.
We know that's not John Jones. You got to be who you are. You got to be authentic. And people embrace
it comes
that.
off as fake for sure.
That's
for
it.
Sure.
You got to be yourself,
man.
and people will either embrace it or they won't. I mean, you could be authentic as hell, and people might not like you. People might say, "Yeah, whatever."
Anthony comes to his next fight with the AJ robe, AJ bathrobe. That's himself, man.
AJ
what you see is what you get.
I swear to God, I would do it.
AJ Gold bathrobe.
I'm going to do it this summer. I'm going to walk the streets of René-Lévesque here.
Why?
Just for the hell of it. It's good publicity. But, James, you know what?
It's real.
It's real. James, you know what?
That's right. It is real.
But I was going to say...
It's too real, man. It's too real.
But it's all right. You got to be real. And that's
But it's all right.
But you brought up a good point. If you're real, like, I think maybe McGregor is not really that character in real life. I'm sure. I've heard stories where he's completely the opposite. I think he's playing that role... that shtick, that sort of wrestling image that sells. You either the good guy like George or you're a bad guy. No. I believe George is a good guy all the time. I mean, I see pictures with you going up for breakfast. I see you guys are even training. What's the thing with this Monday training that you guys are doing?
Oh, the pool workout with that weird stick that looks like a wand.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, it's like it hasn't come out yet, but it's a device we use in the water. It's like doing weights in the water, so it's water resistance. It's a cool workout we do.
But who's George it?
Is this something George is selling?
I think he will. I think he will be at some point. Yeah,
the George one.
I think he will be at some point. But I don't know who showed him. Somebody showed him down in the States, and he really takes to him. We get a good workout out of it. We go in the water, and it's kind of like doing weights with the water resistance, and you have like the dumbbells that go in the water. It's actually pretty cool. We get made fun of all kinds. We walk around with that wand, but we get a good workout out of it. Yeah.
But you guys have a wand each, or like
we look like we're casting a spell.
Yeah, like the Harry Potter there, man.
Let me see that. What is that?
It's like take a look at it. It's like Harry Potter's like.
It's like almost having a barbell in the water.
But how long do you do this for?
It takes like an hour and a half.
It's like like a stick with a ball in the end.
Yeah, there's a stick, and there's also ankle weights that you wear in the water that you can't see there, and there's dumbbells that we bring in the water. Oh yeah, we got a full kit in there, man.
So you guys are doing it at the same time? Like
he does one, I do one. He does one, I do one. It's just back and forth. We do there's jumps in the water with resistance. It's like I don't know. It's it's injury prevention. It's a real good workout. It's a real good strength workout. It's real good balance and everything. It's a full body thing, man.
But what's awesome, James, is that you're training with George.
Yeah. Well, I've known him. I've known him for about 17, 18 years because we both started the wrestling club about the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. I was coming out of high school and I went to join Victor Zilberman at the Montreal Wrestling Club, and that's when George was really. I'd say George, maybe Faras, maybe Menjivar. There was David Loiseau. There was about 2 or 3 guys who were coming to the wrestling club who were fighters. And I met them all back then, yeah. So I've known George for a really long time, yeah, for sure. All those guys.
So do you guys train wrestling, different moves?
We do technique together, but he's too big for me to spar. But yeah, we do technique together for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when George was thinking of joining the Olympic team, did he really have a shot?
No, that was blown way out of proportion. So that wasn't. He never. All he said was, and I mean, this was respect to George, who's an awesome wrestler. He really is, especially for MMA, as you guys all seen. All he had said was that he really, if he could do it all over, he would have went for wrestling. He loved wrestling, and he loves the Olympic Games. He respects the Olympic Games, and he loves wrestling. And then somebody, I guess, lost in translation, somebody asked him, I forget who the interviewer was, but said, would you go for the Canadian Olympic team in wrestling? And he said, I would love to. But he meant it more like it's something I would love to do.
Right.
I think he knows realistically to make the Olympics in wrestling is extremely difficult. I'm not saying he can or can't do it. I think if he dedicated his time, George is someone that, nobody thought he could come back after 4 years and beat the middleweight champion of the world, which he did. Yeah. So anytime anyone ever doubts George, they're wrong. Could he have made the Olympic team? I mean, obviously not with the MMA training, but if he would have committed 100% to it, anything is possible, especially with George, because he's someone that believes 100% in everything he's doing. So, but that comment was definitely blown out of proportion. He never disrespected the wrestling community in saying, I can make the Olympics. It was more like, I would love to. Who wouldn't love to go to the Olympics? Right, especially in the in the sense that I just love wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, and
George's
I think if he
traditional sports, he mentions it often.
But I think if he dedicated himself 100% to it, I think it would be something that he could. Maybe not now. Maybe not now.
15 years ago, yeah.
Right.
I mean, look, he when he came to the wrestling club, I remember in 2001, our coach really didn't know what to do with those MMA guys because they were really just dummies. They were just partners, not in a bad way. But what are you going to do with a guy who, I don't want to. We're the Olympic Training Center. I don't want to compete in wrestling. I'm just here for the workout. Okay, you're welcome, but what do you really... But George never left. He literally, twice a week at the wrestling club, Tuesday, Thursdays, never left. And we're talking about, what are we now, 2018, he started 2001. That's 17 years straight of twice a week. If George's in town, he's at the wrestling club, wrestling with the Olympic team. So just earned all our respect after a couple of years because he never left, and he became real good, and to the point where, like, one of our coaches now is Victor's son, David Zilberman. I think you know David. You've had him on. And David will tell you straight up that when David was trained for the Olympics, because he went to the Olympics in 2008 in Beijing, when he was trained for the Olympics, George was one of his main sparring partners, and George took him down every now and then.
Wow.
And to take down an Olympian who's 2 or 3 weight classes above you, who's one of the best, by far one of the best in the world, that was impressive. So there's no doubt that George was at extremely high level in wrestling at that time. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and George is a special type of athlete. He's a bit of a freak. Like as far as his physical gifts and the abilities that he has. His mind. He's got so much going for him.
He's a true martial artist.
Yeah, like you said, Anthony. Like a lot, I hang out with him a lot and I train with him a lot. But I love surrounding myself with him because, you know, we kind of complement each other, but obviously he does so much for me because if I just pick his brain, I had a bad sparring, I talk to him about it. It's just incredible to speak to the guy. Like you said, I mean, the physical attributes and the gifts that he has. And, you know, when people were saying back then, I think Diaz made a comment, George is steroid up. You could look at pictures from George when he was 16, 17, 18 years old. He's never not been ripped. Yeah, you look at his sisters, they're both ripped.
Really?
Like, they're both like in top shape and, you know, they barely work out. It's like he just has good genetics. He works extremely hard. He's one of those obviously rare people, like I would say, like akin to LeBron James, Sidney Crosby, someone who is the best in terms of talent, but also works the hardest.
Right.
So when you have that combination, that's why you have the best ever. You know,
that's right.
It's that, you know, it's not rocket science. The formula is simple. He's someone that works the hardest, and he's gifted.
And
that's it.
And that goes for you too, James. I've seen you like at the gym. I see you like training like crazy. I mean, like your stand-up game has gotten so much better. I think you even put out a comment. Like, no, honestly, but that takes like a lot of hard work.
You like that comment? I didn't start striking until I was like 28, 29 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're fighting for the TKO title.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
But that's wild, dedication, man. That's what it comes
again,
down to.
Surrounding myself with the right people. We've got great people in the city, man. I learned boxing with the Grant brothers in the West Island, Otis and Howard. I learned kickboxing with my brother Justin Mancini and the DeBellas at Angelo and Jonathan DeBella School. And then obviously the stand-up with Firas and GSP, and then the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Fabio, Holanda. So I kind of surrounded myself with a team of the top guys, and we built from there. And I always told myself, when I don't want to do this thing of, I'm a special wrestler and I'm going to come in and I want to do privates and I want to see this coach and I just want to hit pads and get out of there. I wanted to learn the sports that I learned from the ground up. I wanted to learn boxing with a boxing gym. Put me through your amateur classes and then I'll go with your pros and spar. Put me in your kickboxing with your amateur. If there's a white belt curriculum, I want to learn it, just like we do in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And just like Victor has us do at the wrestling club. Victor, David, and Martine and Coach Rob, that's what they have us do at the wrestling club. There's a curriculum and I want to learn each sport. I want to learn the true sport from the ground up. I didn't want to be one of those guys who just comes in, and that's why when I made that tweet, it was really emotional to me because it's true. Until I was 28, 29 years old, I never threw a punch. I didn't know how to throw a punch. I never thought of it, and I learned the real way. And it means a lot to me that I was able to be in a major MMA league and now be fighting for a prestigious title with Stéphane Patry and TKO MMA. That's cool.
The next TKO Flyweight Champion, James Boom Boom Mancini. We're live on Ringside Report Radio. We got to take a short pause here. I'm Dave Simon, Fred Garcia, Anthony D'Alessio here as well. I got a big surprise for you guys. And maybe it won't be for James because I know he's cutting weight, so this is probably not a good idea. But you guys offended me last week. You questioned me. You questioned my authority. And I will set you straight when we come back. It's Ringside Report Radio. We're live on TSN 690.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Daniel Cormier. You're listening to Ringside Report Radio since 2006.
Hi, this is Tarek Sakshidin, welterweight Strikeforce champion, and you're listening to Ringside Report Radio.
Hi, this is Vito Belfer, and you're listening to Ringside Report Radio.
Welcome back. It is Ringside Report Radio. I'm just swallowing because I was eating this delicious sandwich. The sandwich is so good. Anthony, who gave us these sandwiches and all this great stuff? This is delicious stuff.
Okay, here we go. This is coming from NDG Bakery, which is located in NDG at 5801 Upper Lachine Road. And if you want to call them, it's 514-481-4215. And you can ask for Mima. She's like awesome. And all you got to say is, Anthony sent you.
Nice. How about if we
getting
say AJ?
Good at this?
Yeah,
AJ's getting good at radio. You know, like he's.
I gave him his radio blue belt a couple weeks ago.
He did,
so.
James. He actually did that. No joke.
Boom.
Yeah,
slapped it right on your shoulder.
There's a lot of belts now, man.
You know, other people want to give us stuff. You know, contact AJ at Danny Brook.
That's right.
We're taking a lot of free stuff. We don't mind it.
Yeah, we'll take all sorts of stuff. And I got some free stuff for you guys.
Whoa. Dave giving us something.
Because last week on the show, you guys said Snickers
yeah, I was wrong.
Almonds in it. Snickers don't have almonds, they have peanuts.
You like the nuts, eh, Dave?
And you guys were both against me last week. You were like, man, Snickers, they have almonds.
What?
So here you go. I got Snickers. And I'm proving to you. AJ, grab a Snickers. Snickers.
There we go, actually.
Fred, Snickers. James, Snickers for after the fight, man, you know?
No, but you know what, James?
Marco,
actually,
got you a Snickers.
No, but you
everybody gets a Snickers.
No, I'm
I'm the Oprah of Snickers.
Dave,
you get a Snickers. You get a Snickers. Everybody gets a Snickers.
Too much food tonight.
Oh, I can't wait to look under my chair.
Yeah, you won a car, actually. And I got John Travolta waiting to take you out on a plane.
Oh,
good luck,
Get
man.
ready. Also, Malcolm Gordon's in the other room, so just be careful.
Today was not the day to stop at Harvey's before the show, guy.
Yeah, that's right. You got a full meal on the show here tonight. Yeah. So there you go. I got Snickers for everybody.
James, get up.
James, get up. Why are you taking a picture while we're on the air? Anthony, wait till after the show, man.
It's Snickers. Maybe it's going to be the new sponsor for James.
Selfie.
Bellator 201 happened tonight. Anybody know what happened? Valerie Ladrell was
won.
fighting.
She won. Yeah, decision.
Very good.
How about Ryan Couture? Did he win?
No, he didn't. But you know what? He looked... Yeah, he just didn't have like the cardio. He just went down. I think it was in the first round.
Whatever happened to Kim Couture? You know, remember what I'm talking about? She was Randy's wife. She fought like a couple times.
No clue.
Whatever happened to her?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, whatever. Rashad Evans retired. Former UFC light heavyweight champion. You guys have any favorite Rashad moments? Rashad stories?
Yeah, him getting knocked out by Machida was great.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. How about when he knocked out Chuck? That was pretty.
That was a nasty knockout.
That was huge. That's got to be the win of his career, right?
Highlight, yeah.
Knocking out Chuck Liddell. I mean,
and then the beef with John Jones. You know, you got to remember that Rashad left the Jackson team pretty much because John Jones was the champion there. Took Rashad's spot. So
were you ever around Rashad? I know he came around George, yeah?
Yeah, I was trained with him a few times over at APC, Adrenaline Performance, with John Chamberg. And he came to the wrestling club, and he trained at TriStar a bit. I met him. He was a great guy, fantastic guy. Yeah, really, really down-to-earth guy, really nice guy. And, I'm pretty sure I picked him and Nate Marquardt up from the airport at one point, and they were full of luggage, and I was driving my mom's Honda Civic, and there was no room, and Nate had his wife with him, and we were about 5 of us in the car with a bunch of luggage, and we had to go to the gym. Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
That was the story. Yeah,
that's
no, but they're good.
James.
Good guy. Yeah, good guy.
Story,
Rashad.
James. Good
Rashad
story.
was a good guy, man. I'll never forget that, man. John tells me go pick up Rashad and Nate Marquardt at the airport, and they both have. I think their wives with them with like 5 bags each, and I have a little car. I thought I was just going to pick up one of them, anyways.
But did they know who you were at that point?
Maybe we had met once or twice. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So you were just this strange man in a Honda Civic saying, hey, come with me, guys.
Yeah, man, just get in the car, guys.
Just get in the car.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they're professional fighters,
Yeah, I'm a big guy. I fight flyweight.
That's right. They're just light heavyweights. What are they going to do?
So Kim Couture, 3-8, lost her last 5 fights. Hasn't fought since 2014.
Once you get to 3-6, don't you say, yeah, maybe that's enough.
Plus, she's 42, so give her a break.
Oh, there you go. There's our Kim Couture update. You know what happened to Al Iaquinta and the whole thing there? What's the deal there? Iaquinta pulled out of the fight with Justin Gaethje for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
There's no reason. No reason was given. But Iaquinta's always beefing with the UFC, right? They're supposed to main event August 25th in Lincoln, Nebraska. Supposed to be Iaquinta versus Justin Gaethje, which is a pretty good lightweight fight. James Vick now replacing. He'll fight Justin Gaethje. Vick was supposed to fight Paul Felder July 14th in Boise, Idaho. So Felder got mad. He's like, hey, I got my fight taken away from me, right? This is July 14th. It's not long. I mean, James, imagine you're fighting July 14th. All of a sudden, the UFC says, yeah, we need that guy for August, so you're not fighting anymore.
And it's crazy because Felder was supposed to fight Iaquinta, who ended up fighting Khabib. So Felder's missed 2 fights in a row now. He's kind of gotten the boot twice in a row, and he's someone that is a super good, interesting fighter, super good fighter, super strong.
And they use him a lot on commentary, too, right?
He's a good commentary, yeah, but I mean, I think the guy wants to fight,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think if you're on commentary, you kind of work for the UFC, they take care of you a little bit better than the average guy on the roster.
Hopefully, yeah.
So Felder is now going to be fighting July 7th, a week earlier, against Mike Perry.
Oh, at what, welterweight?
Yeah.
He's going up?
I guess so.
Yeah, he's a big lightweight, yeah.
For the UFC 226 prelims, replacing
That'll be a fun
Medeiros.
fight. Yeah, because Paul Felder is much more skilled, but Mike Perry's a great boxer, and he's fearless,
Yeah,
I know 2 brothers that over at the Grant Brothers, they train with us at Grant Brothers. Shout out to Bruno and Dario. They're 2 Romanian good undefeated American Romanian boxers who train at the Grants, and they also live in Florida right near Mike Perry. They're good friends with him, yeah. They said he's just a killer in the boxing gym. So
really, eh?
Yeah.
But he's an exciting fighter. When you see him fight, he really puts on a show. There's no.
What's
doubt
with the
about
face tattoos?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend in his corner, the bleach blonde hair, and
what's the? Well, she's not there anymore.
Oh, she's gone now.
No, it's over. No, she's gone.
Yeah.
The girlfriend's not in his corner anymore.
But they're
she's
still
not
together.
She's not like a martial. No. They're not together anymore.
What? Are you serious?
I think so.
Man, they were like so tight. Okay, I guess
things happen.
Yeah, I guess
tight like that robe.
Tight.
Yeah.
Why
AJ
aren't
Battle
you
over there.
Why aren't you with one of your old girlfriends, AJ?
Oh my God! Fred is taking it to another level. Oh my God! You're dropping the bombs here, Fred. You're killing him.
I think your mother. We talked about it. She would like you to settle down.
That's true.
I mean, come on.
Fred and I were both fathers. We have children. My son's birthday, his first birthday was last week.
Oh, congrats, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations.
Do you have children?
No, I don't.
Yeah, good. It'd be bad for fighting career. It's not a...
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
that you don't know of, James, man. Right? No.
Oh, exactly. Maybe in some other European country back in my 20s.
Yeah. What are you, Drake over here, man?
Hey, Drake. Oh, yeah, that guy.
You don't know anything about that.
Do you know who...
Have you listened to Scorpion yet, AJ?
What?
Don't worry.
No, I want to ask James. James, you know Rihanna?
See, James knows what I'm talking about. AJ has no idea.
He's not up with pop culture. He's just like that robe, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Puts on the robe and
Hugh Hefner is more his speed.
Well,
AJ didn't know who Rihanna was.
Come on. Riri? You don't know Riri?
You know Riri had a show where we played Beyonce or Rihanna, and he had to guess.
He couldn't do it.
He's a
James, I can't believe you know the name Riri. I mean, I know
he's
this stuff now.
It's because he's a true martial artist.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
Day in, day out in the gym.
That's it. I don't have time
just
for
doing
this.
it big.
You know what?
So what were you listening on YouTube?
Day in, day out in the gym, except when his mom tells him not to.
Yeah, in those days, that's when he brings the sandwiches. So
But James, actually, since you're on that topic, what I was trying to say is this: I know songs that are walkout songs for fighters. Are you going to go out with a song like Rihanna for a walkout? Seriously?
Yeah, you know what? I may.
Come on, James. Seriously?
You get the crowd going there. You get a little Club Jam 2018.
Some people want to be happy.
La Torue.
Don't always
We're fighting at La Torue.
Yeah. What is La Torue? It's August 2nd, TKO Fight Night at La Torue. And August 2nd is a Thursday night, right?
It's a Thursday night. So, yeah, we're doing, the TKO is going to be doing a little bit a la UFC in the sense that now they're going for Fight Night 1. We're up to TKO, 43?
Are those on Fight Pass?
So the fight nights will not be on Fight Pass.
Oh, man. I thought they
That's
were.
what sucks, yeah. They won't be, no.
Because I was reading that it was on Fight Pass.
Okay, it's not going to be on live TV. It's not like on RDS or Fight Network. You're right. It may be on Fight Pass. I'm not sure about that. But there's something that people were complaining about, something with it not being televised, having a bunch of big name draws on that card, too. Yeah. It's a pretty big card, too, with some big Quebecois guys, big Quebecers. And
yeah, that's a good card.
Yeah, I'm reading here. There'll be replays on UFC Fight Pass, and there'll be replays on RDS.
Okay, so then, replays, but not live.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, let's just go down there and get to the fight.
You guys got to be there, man.
Yeah,
we're going to be there for sure.
We'll be there live.
Oh, yeah.
James, we were there last time with Muscles Marco. Remember, Marco, how we were screaming? Yeah, that was a good fight, James.
Yeah, so we'll go to
Very
La
good fight.
Torre August 2nd to go see you fight. We'll
For
be there.
sure.
Thank you, guys.
The whole
man.
crew will
We'll
be
be
there.
wearing the Boom Boom T-shirts. Do you have them, by the way?
I don't have them on me, but we're gonna get some more made. Yeah, they went
let's
so
get-
quickly, man.
Let's get some Boom Boom shirts in here.
Yeah.
Shout
We'll
out to
all wear them.
Shout out to the Dominion T-shirt, a great little T-shirt company over in St. Henry. Yeah,
Nice.
great guys. Yeah, they do
Maybe
all my
that's where we
stuff.
Maybe that's where
Yeah.
we'll go
We'll
next,
go-
AJ.
yeah, that's it. We'll get our T-shirts
AJ
there.
wants to make I got arrested watching YouTube T-shirts for himself.
I got choked out by James. James, that was Marco.
No, I
get
didn't.
over here. Did you ever get choked out?
No,
Choke
guys.
him out, James. Choke out Marco.
Why are we choking out Marco here?
Marco, can you
No,
choke
no,
out?
no. We're not doing that. Marco, get back. We're not doing
That
this.
would be so
We're not
amazing.
having
I would-
anybody choked
We could do that on like YouTube
Why don't
live.
you get choked out?
Yeah, why don't you get choked out?
It's easy to get somebody else to do it. Come
Because
on.
Marco, have you been choked out? No. So there you go.
No,
You're
I'm
the
not
jiu-jitsu world champion here, AJ. I think you should be getting choked out.
He's a higher belt than me. The guy's a brown belt, man. I'm just a purple.
That's right.
Yeah, but James, you're not really a purple.
Come on, I'm a purple
purple
belt.
with
He's
a
a brown.
wrestling.
Yeah.
He's a brown belt.
He's in the Commonwealth Games. He's fighting like for the national
I am-
Italian team. I don't think so.
No, I'm not.
You know,
Like, I would love to see it still. If you guys want to roll right now, I'll watch.
No, this is a radio studio. There's no fighting here. Plus,
no, it's all about love here.
James has a fight in a couple of weeks. You want him to get into a brawl with AJ in the studio?
I said a roll. A roll.
Not a brawl. James is gonna murder me. But what I was gonna say is that if people want tickets and all that kind of stuff, I have a number here. So if
Can
you
we
want to
get tickets through you, James?
Yeah, you can get tickets through me. I think first and foremost, get them through me because
support James.
Yes.
AJ's about
We're
to
gonna wanna-
give
No.
another way to get tickets right now. You know he's about to do that.
I didn't know that. James, go ahead. Sorry.
you can get them through me. Contact me on Facebook, James Mancini, Jamie_Boom Boom on Instagram. Send me a DM and I'll try to get you some tickets.
There
you go.
There we go.
Or send him a DM for other reasons.
With your bathrobe.
I
As long as
will.
it doesn't have
That's
your
right.
bathrobe, I'm cool, man.
Hey?
Please.
No, but the bathrobes is very, very common in boxing, right? Remember the days when they all came out in boxing?
But AJ, they're not nude underneath.
That's what you think, buddy.
Sitting on a velvet couch.
No, that's what I know. That's what I know. The boxers, when they come out, I know they're not nude underneath because they take the robe off for the fight, AJ.
Depends what country you're fighting in, Dave. I'm telling you. There's certain countries where it's like totally in the buff.
AJ's not fighting. He's riding around on a Bixie there.
That's it.
He's in the city.
I'm going to show you that picture. You'll see.
AJ in the city. I don't think we ever finished the story about you racing the Ferrari.
Porsche 911.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So you raced it and you won, you say?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Porsche 911 beaten by Mazda 3. So if Mazda 3 sponsors are listening,
So
we'll take a card.
If the cops are listening, they should just follow.
No, it wasn't.
Follow
No.
Mazda 3
It was.
when they finish.
No.
When we finish.
No, it was no. It's.
Yeah.
It was. I told Marco to tape it. Remember, I told you it would have been fun.
Tape your criminal act and
It
put it on
wasn't a
YouTube?
criminal act. No,
That's a
it
smart
wasn't.
move.
No.
Yeah. Just further incriminate yourself. Good job, AJ.
Criminal 101.
You guys set me up on that, eh?
Yeah, we set you up.
Anyways, it
on
doesn't matter. I beat the Porsche 911 with a Mazda 3. That's what. It was
You're still
happy
bragging
days.
about it. You're saying we set you up, and then you go on to brag about street
It's not about
racing.
the car. Hey, James, it's like boxing, you know? It's not about the gloves you wear. It's about the fighter that you are.
The heart.
The
He
heart,
had a
man.
heart.
That's it. My Mazda
He had
had
heart behind his gas pedal. When he
He's
stepped on the gas.
He's basically saying, like, don't rat me out, but yeah, I killed him.
Yeah.
Did you put on the Fast and the Furious music after when you drove here? Listen to
No,
some.
but it's funny that I was watching the documentary about him not too
That's
long ago.
why.
Do you know
That's
that he
why.
was? What's his name again?
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. He was a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He
Yeah,
was actually
that's
pretty
true,
high
yeah.
level.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Paul Walker was actually really, really good. He could kick some butt. He used to do his own stunts. And I think he was training with what's his name? The other guy.
Machado?
Not Machado, but like
Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves is a blue belt.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. But
You know who's
Vin
apparently
Diesel, I
good?
was
Guy,
thinking
Guy
of-
Ritchie is good too. He's a black belt.
Yeah, I
Guy
heard.
Ritchie's
Who's
Yeah.
that
good.
married with children guy? What's his name there?
Oh, yeah.
He's a black belt, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Al
he's
Bundy.
Old
Al
school.
Bundy.
Yeah, Al Bundy.
But he's old school. Yeah.
Shout out to King Arthur. I loved watching that movie because Guy Ritchie had all his buddies in there, and you saw all these warriors with cauliflower. I like that. Seeing some guys with cauliflower on the screen, that was cool.
That's when you know they're really tough guys.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know? That's when you know.
But I was gonna say it's Vin Diesel. That's who he was with. Vin Diesel is still a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. He's still training.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people do.
I
like,
still
AJ,
think
get
The
Vin
Rock,
Diesel
I
on
still
the show.
think The Rock
Vin Diesel.
beats him.
Yeah, The Rock would whoop his ass. Are you kidding?
I say put it on pay-per-view.
Yeah!
The Rock versus Vin Diesel.
That's the fight I want to
Come on,
see.
admit it. Everybody wants
James,
it.
what do you think about wrestling, WWE stuff?
No, I'm talking real fight, buddy.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome. I think it's awesome.
pro
I
wrestling is the
don't
best.
follow anymore, but I think it's awesome. Growing up, it's all I thought about.
All I thought about.
Actually, when I started wrestling in grade 7, I thought we were doing it. We were going to be putting on a show. Everyone said, you got to wrestle. You're super hyper. You got to wrestle. You got to wrestle. I went to the first practice and I said, what are we doing? Nobody's hitting anybody with a chair. We're not jumping off a top rope. And they go, no, this is what you got to wear. This little singlet that's like the size of my underwear.
Yeah.
And that's when I quit wrestling right away. And then I got suckered back into it like a month later and I fell in love at a competition. But yeah, I thought it was like pro wrestling. That's why I got into it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down with pro wrestling.
Wrestling Uncensored tomorrow night. I'll be back here with Johnny North talking professional wrestling. We've got, Extreme Rules coming up in a couple of weeks. Fred, any pro wrestling thoughts here? Ronda Rousey, you excited about her? Seeing what she's doing in WWE?
Yeah, how's she been doing?
She's been doing great.
Yeah,
she's taken to it like a duck in water. Like it's just perfect. She's really good.
Seems like that's her niche.
Yeah, she's good at it.
Happy for her.
It's nice to see her have that second act in her career. You know, MMA maybe not for
good
her
for
anymore.
her. Good for her.
Yeah.
Have you ever trained with her?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Anybody in MMA ever transition well, other than Brock Lesnar, to
Oh,
pro
that guy,
wrestling?
CM Punk.
I mean,
Matt Riddle, I think.
Matt Riddle has done really well in pro wrestling.
Okay. Yeah.
He's probably going to get signed by either New Japan or the WWE.
What about
very
Bobby
soon.
Lashley?
Yeah,
well, he's a
Lashley,
pro wrestler first.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
doing pro wrestling first. Although I was shocked today. I was talking about Bobby Lashley because he's doing stuff with Roman Reigns on Raw. He's 15-2 as a pro.
Oh, yeah, he's good. He's no joke. He's
Lashley's
good.
got a serious record.
He was an NCAA wrestler, too, yeah.
And
high-level wrestler.
how does he pass a drug test? The guy is jacked to the
Oh,
gills.
yeah.
It's crazy. So jacked, that guy. Although less so now than he used to be. But he's like 41 years old. And he's still like big, you know?
Oh, yeah, he's a...
Kevin Owens could beat him.
Not for real, Fred. Not for real.
Wait.
What are you...
I had
what are you
like
saying,
I'm
wait
looking
for?
at because
What are you saying wait for?
You know
Why
why?
you-
Because I got some texts here and they're asking me to ask these questions.
What about your World Cup picks, AJ? Whatever happened to that?
Where's Italy?
Italy is
They want to bring all the young guys. They kicked off the old guys off the team and they didn't qualify.
You know what? It's not like they were playing that bad. And Muscles Marco can agree with me. We just
I mean, Sweden's such a powerhouse.
It's not like they were playing that bad. They just didn't qualify for the tournament.
Listen, it can happen to anybody. Like Germany, they got beat by
Germany got taken out.
Yeah, but they
by
made it.
Japan. Korea. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, Korea.
But you see this, guys? France jersey.
Yeah, they're not-
official.
La Coque
this is-
Sportive.
That's right. This is the official World Cup France jersey that was purchased by Johnny North for me for Father's Day.
Well, that's very nice of Johnny.
Yeah. So,
But you're not going to win.
This is what my other co-hosts buy me. They buy me full-on jerseys. What are you guys doing for me?
I got you a cigar.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, that's true.
I got you
yeah,
like
that's
prosciutto.
true. Fred always takes care of me. Anthony, you did bring me sandwiches. So
And I brought
guess-
you the meat. Remember the meat?
Yeah, you did bring me the meat.
did, James.
The
I brought
Ferrari of meats.
I brought him some Lonza.
He's got the meat.
And then I called him a magic cake.
He's
right
the
after
meat
that.
guy with his
Remember that?
bathrobe.
He was
Yeah.
mad. He was mad, Dave. Dave got mad at me. I said, "Oh, there you go. He's a magic cake." And he knew it, and he got all upset.
Yeah, I knew you were insulting me. I
No,
knew
it
that.
wasn't insulting. It's not an insult, that.
It is. It's a little bit of an insult.
Hey,
though,
listen,
isn't
I
it?
still got to ask James one thing. This was the whole thing on the tweet. People are asking me.
Yeah.
Okay, what
James, okay. So outside of like MMA, people want to know from James Boom Boom Mancini, what's your favorite ice cream? Is it...
What the...
I swear to God. Dave, hold on a sec. Let me ask this. So, James,
What
if
are
you
you
have to
talking
pick,
about?
if you have to pick
What is
between
this?
If you have to pick between Italian spumoni and Bailey's ice cream, because you do have Irish roots, right?
I do. I like Bailey's. I like when I go to, I like Bailey's good. The Bailey's dip there, the dip. I like that.
James, this is real stuff, man. This is what people are
I'm giving
asking.
you an
man.
honest answer. I like vanilla ice cream dipped in Bailey's.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Try it
So
at
there you go,
the
man.
local dippery there.
You heard it first on
Oh,
Ringside
yeah.
Report. There you go.
There you
see,
go.
it was a legit question, and he's right.
Fire away. What other questions you got about ice cream?
That was
and-
not a legit question. That was
What do
a
I have
terrible
here?
question.
Yeah, here's another one.
That
What
was your
else do you
post. Your big post was, we're going to find out what James's ice cream is.
It's true.
You made a post on social media about it. I had to answer it.
And a
There you
World,
go.
World Cup pick too, right? Didn't you say you wanted his World Cup pick?
Yeah, what do you have, James?
I'm going for the underdog.
Who?
Russia.
Korea.
Spain.
Korea's
eliminated.
Korea's eliminated.
I thought they.
They finished last in their group.
I thought they beat Germany.
Japan's there.
Yeah, who beat Germany? Korea beat Germany.
Korea,
Mexico advanced because of them.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what?
That's okay, James.
We'll stay with the Orient. We'll go with the Japan.
You know, Mexico has a guy that's like under investigation because he has cartel ties and he's being accused of laundering money for the cartels.
Hey, sometimes you gotta have cartel ties, man.
And he can't, like when they take team
like
pictures,
Colombia in '94. There, they went.
Yeah.
What did he do? He killed the guy?
Yeah, he actually.
scored in his own
that's
goal.
right. The defenseman scored in his own net. Remember that, Marco?
And Escobar had him killed?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. It was
there's
it was
a good
fan.
documentary.
There was a
about
fan.
it.
Yeah, a fan that bet on him and basically was so upset that they told him not to go to Colombia because he got drafted by an Italian team. I think it was Inter Milan or something like that. And they told him, listen, don't go to Colombia. Go straight to Inter Milan. I believe it was Inter.
And also,
and he went home.
He
first.
went home and he went to a bar, and that was the
Pablo
end.
Escobar was on the run at that time, and people say that if Pablo was there, when Pablo was there was less violence. Once he went on the run, there was a lot of violence. Yeah, because he wasn't there to control the neighborhood and all that.
There's a lot of violence though that he caused too,
also.
right?
Yeah.
Escobar.
Come on, man.
I saw Narcos, all right? I know what he did. He blew up planes, man.
That make a good ice cream name,
Yeah, that's
Escobar.
not really
the
nice.
bar, Escobar. No?
What?
The ice cream Escobar.
Is it cocaine flavored?
It's like they got this butcher place called Mon Boucher, and every time
No
I pass
way.
it, it's in Vaudreuil.
Oh, boy.
It's like Mon Boucher, and every time I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there.
That's pretty good. See,
James.
Little cartel action never hurt nobody, okay?
James, I hope you come back.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope you come back, although I doubt you will after this.
No, I love it here, guys.
Well, thank you for coming, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
James Mancini, next
August
TKO
2nd.
Flyweight Champion.
Oh, yeah, baby. We're coming. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you, James.
Thanks for having me.
James Mancini. Follow him on Twitter at James Mancini. On Instagram, same thing?
Instagram, Jamie Boom Boom.
Jamie Boom Boom. There you go.
Boom Boom Mancini. Shout out to Bien Manger.
Yeah.
Shout out to JF Godreau, my naturopath. And everybody supports me. MJ Dance Company, Dominion T-shirt, all my people. Spa Cloud, restaurant Mauvais Garçon.
Keep going, James. Go. Who else?
When you go out to eat with George, does he pay?
I try. The only
He's
way
gotta pay, right?
The only way I could pay is if I give my visa as soon as we walk in. If not,
Right.
he's paying. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But that's cool.
I have paid sometimes. Yeah, I paid a few times. It's tough to pay with him though. But
Yeah,
But he makes so much money, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
he does make more
yeah, but
money
just
than
because
me.
you make so much money doesn't mean you have to pay all the time. People expect that, right? You gotta.
And I bug him about this because actually he's my new manager because
Really?
Wow.
I was almost done
That's
fighting.
news. That's breaking news.
That is
Breaking news. GSP's my manager.
Oh.
I was done fighting. I was pretty much done. And I said, George, I should probably fight TKO. It's my last shot. They have local shows. We'll be able to, we'll be able to be a bit more selective with who and when and where we fight. And he said, let me call Patry. We were at breakfast. He called Patry. And the next thing, I got a contract for 3 fights. So, when my first fight, I made $1,000 and in the TKO contract. So I said, George, technically I owe you, what, $200? 20% the manager gets. So I go, George, here's your $200. And he goes, no, I can't take this from you. So he didn't
that's awesome.
He didn't take my money. So thank you, George, for not taking my $200 from my $1,000 that I made off my first fight.
That's a good manager right there.
If he takes 0%, he's awesome, man.
Takes
That's
0%, gets you the gig.
And he's a cool guy, man. What more do you want?
Cool guy.
The best.
That's awesome. Way to go, George.
Way to go,
GSP.
George. Thanks for listening, George. We appreciate you listening to the show. I know you waited up listening to the show. Next time you'll call in. It's okay. It's okay. Anthony, follow him on Twitter at Danny Brook. Follow Fred at Freddie MMA. Follow Marco, our man on the phone, at Marco Muscles on Twitter. You can follow me at Dave Simon MMA. I'll be back here tomorrow night with Johnny North for Wrestling Uncensored. RingsideReport.net is our website. Every show available on iTunes, on Google Play, on YouTube.com/RingsideReport.net. Anthony, we're still on the air.
wait, let me
Your
get back
mic is on, and you're talking.
Sorry about that, Dave.
RingsideReport.net is the website. Anthony will probably be back next week. Fred will not. He'll be going fishing again. Another fishing trip for this guy. He's like fishing half the summer.
I don't know about that now.
Fred's living the life.
I take a lot of vacation because I get a lot of vacation.
What?
Back
it
on
sounded
vacation.
very deep, actually.
This has been Ringside Report Radio. Show's over. Anthony, your mic's off. Thanks, everybody.